Welcome back to Usapang Bayan. Kasama pa rin po natin si COL Financial President, Mr. Conrado Bate. Sir, sabi po din sa isang stock seminar na inattendan ko before, kailangan daw po para lumago yung money mo sa stocks, you have to diversify. Meaning, kailangan meron kang biniling share sa bangko, real estate, retail, mining, or whatever. Is that true?
Yes, that's really true. In other words, in investing in the stock market, you have to follow 4 disciplines. And this is something you really have to follow very closely. First is you have to diversify. Why do you have to diversify? Because of course, you know, if you're putting it in only a single stock, anything can happen to that stock. It could be anything, like what has happened in the US, whether it be Citibank or AIG, these are big corporations during the financial crisis in 2007, these were almost went belly up. So you have to diversify your portfolio. And diversifying is buying at least 3 to 4 or 5 stocks in your portfolio. Second is that you have to buy good quality companies. Okay, you cannot buy companies that are speculative or whose earnings are not very predictable. So in this country, we're very fortunate that the families still own a majority of these companies. When I say the families, the C family, the T family, the Boitis, the Ayalas, all of these people still own a big stake in these companies. Therefore, they are going to make sure these companies remain successful or do well. Unlike in America, these companies are no longer owned by owners. They're owned by fund managers. And therefore, they're just looking on the yearly performance. Ito hindi. They're looking at their legacies. Para sa mga apo na nila to, sa mga pangalan nila, so they're really taking care of it very carefully. And second, of course, is you have to be investing long term. Hindi pwedeng 1 year lang. Kasi pag 1 year lang, if you put 5,000 and you double your money, that's not enough to retire, right? That's not enough. So you have to do it regularly. Long term and and then the last, of course, is regularly. Every time you have to keep putting money on a regular basis. Even if you have so much already, you have to put regularly. Because markets go up and down. And therefore, you have to have the discipline for investing regularly.
Sir, in fairness, nafa-follow ko yung 4 disciplines na yan. Pero yung isa po kasing nakausap namin na financial parang advisor, si Mr. Sabi niya po, kasi ako, sinusunod ko yung second principle, which is buy good quality companies, yung mga established na talaga. Pero ang sabi niya naman po ay kailangan bumili ka ng company na maliit pero malaki ang potential.
Yes, you can do that, but is it necessary? In other words, do you need to have what we call a jackpot? Hindi mo kailangan yun eh. Kasi you're just building wealth eh. You're not trying to maximize it. Pag maximize, then you take more risk. Can you afford that risk? That's the question you have to ask yourself. And if the answer is no, therefore just stick to the good quality companies, and it'll still give you a decent return, which is 8 to 10%, which you cannot anymore get today by putting it in the bank or buying a bond or whatever. So wala nang ganun ngayon. But yes, you can. There's no doubt that you can do that. But I'm just saying, is it necessary?
So Rich, now that you've been following the principles, has it been effective for you?
Meron po, yung mga shares kasi na binili ko, sir, mga companies, medyo red yung port ko ngayon. Although may isa doon, real estate yung binili ko. Ano po bang tip nyo para sa mga ganon? Sir, namumula na yung portfolio.
No, because I'm just saying is that, of course, portfolios go up and down. Rich, if you're just beginning, you have nothing to worry about. It could be red today, all red. Even our clients are saying, they're all saying that I know that I'm losing money today because markets are down or not. But, if you continue the habit, things will get better over time.
No, I think what Rich is asking for is, what stocks or what industries do you think are undervalued at the moment and would be a good time to accumulate?
No, that's what you're saying. So what you have to do, I'm just saying is that there's no, when you say undervalued, because you're investing in the long term, all of these are undervalued. Undervalued because they will continue to grow over time. If you look at time frame of 1 year, they're all overvalued today. With the market at close to 9,000, it's scary. But does that say you shouldn't invest? You should continue. Tuloy-tuloy lang. Kasi you're putting only a small amount in the beginning. Right? Tuloy-tuloy lang. Kasi if you're trying to time the market, that's a different skill. And that takes a lot of experience to do that. So it's not for everybody. And when you do that, you deprive yourself of getting into the market because you're trying to time it, but you're only putting a small amount of money. And if you want to time the market, make the professionals do it for you.
And in fairness, sir, kahit po may red yung port ko, may dividends pa rin ako nakukuha.
Dividends and all that. It's just But I'm surprised why it's red, because the market was up
Yeah.
25% last year.
Or hindi ko pa po na-check ulit kasi
ano
hindi
ba
ko
yung
pa
mga shares na
na-open.
nag-i-invest?
Later, sir. Malalaking companies to.
Markets are up 25%.
Siguro,
so
sir, by the time I bought it, sobrang mahal niya.
But it's all-time high na tayo ngayon. So everything must be
Bagay.
up.
Sige, sir, I will check later my
You shouldn't be
report.
losing
Pwede
money.
ba raw mag-private consultation?
Later.
No, but that's what it is. Today, everybody should be making money in the stock market kasi we're at an all-time high. We're at 8,900 now.
So, since we're at an all-time high, do you suggest that they lock in some gains and sell out?
That is another part of portfolio management that people have to understand. But that's for the people who are just building wealth. They don't need to do any taking profits. But what they can do is rebalance. Meaning, when you say rebalance your portfolio, meaning you
Sell
think that
some, buy some.
you sell, example, your real estate is now 50% of your portfolio kasi nag-grow ng 40% last year, di bawasan mo para ilipat mo sa bangko, para mag-diversify ka ulit.
Yes.
But for people who have not so much money, which I think most people have a problem of committing a big amount of money in the beginning, you just buy an index fund, a mutual fund na index. And we offer that in COL, and then you can buy it for free. There's no fees to buy it.
Gusto ko yan, sir.
Okay? So walang fee. What COL has actually done is found ways for the customer or for its clients to be able to participate in the stock market at minimum cost.
You mean to say it's not a listed
No,
index?
it's a mutual fund. It's a mutual fund.
Okay.
But what we've done is, because our people or our customer base is a do-it-yourself who have the power to choose what they want, they don't need somebody to tell them. They shouldn't pay any fees. Because sarili lang niya naman ginagawa, wala nang middleman eh. But if you want advice, then you have to pay for it. But you don't need, because you're just going to have a very simple investment program.
Sir, yung investment ko po, kasi tinitignan ko siya as long-term investment. So, hindi ko po binebenta talaga yung mga nabili ko na
Shouldn't.
companies. Is
Yes.
that okay lang po ba
Yes,
yun?
tuloy-tuloy lang. Tuloy-tuloy lang. Tuloy-tuloy lang. Just continue to keep buying and buying, even when markets are down or even if you're losing money. Because if you stop buying, that's where you start to not take advantage of that potential of the stock market. Kaya you shouldn't be discouraged. You shouldn't be discouraged. You know, I will give you a story of my kasambahay. A very simple story of my kasambahay. She was making 6,000 pesos. She was my cook. She was 50 years old. And I told her, in 10 years, you're going to retire. You've been working for me for 14 years. 10 years, you're going to retire. I said, I want you to give me 2,000 every month and invest it regularly, because we computed what she needs to send home to the province was 3,500. And she needed 500 for her own caprichos or whatever. So I go, oh, fine. So the first year, I took 2,000 from her pay and invested in the stock market on a regular basis. The first year, she was very angry at me. She said, sir, you are just trying to keep me here by taking money away from me. You're giving me a hard time. I said, just be patient. Investing is long-term. Basta, napapadala mo yung pera kailangan sa pamilya, padala mo. In the 2,000, extra na yan eh. In other words, you can only get that money if you're sick or your daughter in the province is sick. But if it's your neighbor, your brother, your biyenan, no. Because that's your money. You cannot rely on them. You have to rely on you. Take care of yourself. So we did it for 1 year. Now we're almost in our 4th year, and she has 350,000. Okay? She's saying to me,
Dapat
I
pala,
should have
nakiride
done
on
that.
na tayo doon.
I should have done that regularly. Sabi niya, can I add? Siyempre, nag-increase na yung sweldo niya kasi she's been with me a long time. So she makes about 8,000 now. She said, can I add more? I said, no. Don't add more. 2,000 is enough. That's all you need eh. Huwag mo nang pahirapan buhay mo, magagalit ka na naman sa akin. Sabihin mo na naman sa akin,
So
nahihirapan
she's
ka.
well on her way to becoming a millionaire.
I said, when you retire, then she said, but sir, sabi niya, matanda na ako eh. So why should I invest pa? Sabi ko sa cook ko, if you know you're going to die at 60, don't invest. I'll take care of you up to 60, because she can work for me up to 60. But what if you live to 80?
Yes.
Tama.
Who's going to take care of you? Your daughter? Your kapitbahay? Your relatives? Hindi mo sabi. And we know that today, the life expectancy is longer.
Longevity.
Diba? So, anong magagawin natin? We cannot stop investing. If we stop, then we will depend on our other people to keep us going, which we don't want. And that's the reason why we're telling people you have to take control of your financial future by learning how to invest. That's the only way, or else you'll have a hard time. Mahirapan ka. Diba? So, ganun lang yun. So, ganun lang yun. So, it's investing regularly. And we were just, I even told her, anong kumpanya gusto mo? Ano ba makilala mo dyan? Sabi niya, kilala niya Meralco, kilala niya Pure Gold. Sige, bilhin natin yung kumpanya na kilala mo. Para yung what you patronize, yun ang bilhin natin. Anong bangko gusto mo gano'n? Sabi na ba yung bangko? Nasa BDO. O sige, BDO tayo. Sabi ko, kasi hulog-hulog lang tayo regularly. And we kept doing it. So that's what I'm saying. Investing is really for everyone.
Yes.
All I'm saying is today, everybody thinks they want to invest. And that was the cell phone in the 90s. Everybody wanted a cell phone. But didn't think they needed it. So they would say, wag muna, mahal eh. Mahal pa eh. Mahal ang customer call eh. Mahal eh. I want, but mahal eh. Today, is it a want or a need?
Need na yan.
Need eh. So I'm telling you, the graduates of today, when they graduate from college, they have to do two things. Open a bank account, and two, an investment account. That's necessary. That will be now the need. Because if you don't do that, your future is questionable.
So if you were starting and you wanted to invest in the stock market and you don't know anything about it, what would you suggest, or how do you go about having an account with a stockbroker and things
I think what you have to do first is you have to understand what you actually need from a stock. A stockbroker is just, there are a lot of stockbrokers around there. And of course, you just like a bank, you have to know the broker that you're dealing with and know the service that they're providing, which you will need. Like for example, in COL, what we do is we give you free seminars. You come to our office or we go to different places in the country and we talk about investing. Two is, of course, you have to know the kind of companies you should buy. I'm just saying, it's not a rocket science. Just buy the companies you patronize.
Yes.
Kung napupunta ka sa SM, SM ang bilhin mo. Kung kumakain ka sa Jollibee, Jollibee bilhin mo. Kung nagbabangko ka sa BPI ka pumunta. So, hindi na kailangan mo, kasi you don't need much analysis eh.
Research.
Oo, hindi kailangan, kasi long-term ka eh. You're betting on these companies and you believe that these companies will continue to do well.
To be patronized.
Yes, you patronize it eh. So, hindi na kailangan it's not a rocket science. Yung rocket science na kailangan mag-analyze, pag short-term yung investment.
O hindi mo kilala yung
Your
kumpanya.
timing it, or hindi mo kilala, so you do a little bit of your homework, but that's not necessary. So, stick that, or buy a mutual fund, an index mutual fund, which holds a basket of 30 companies that the PSC selects, or the Philippine Stock Exchange selects, to be a good representation of the whole market. So with 5,000 pesos, you can buy 32 companies.
Wow.
With 5,000 pesos and you buy directly a stock, you can only buy one stock. So mahirap pa mag-diversify. So kung magda-diversify ka, kailangan mo ng 25,000, ang laki. Now, through a mutual fund, you can own 32 companies. And dagdag mo every month, 1,000 na lang. So what you really have to do is you have to force yourself, you have to do an auto-debit in your account and transfer the money right into your COL account so that every month, na-invest yun.
So sir, since you've mentioned about mutual funds, kasi gusto ko rin pong matutunan yan eh. Paano po ba yun? For example, ako, meron na akong account with COL Financial. Kailangan ko pa po bang gumawa ng separate account for my
No.
mutual funds?
It's all in one. Our platform allows you to buy stocks directly if you want, or mutual funds.
Okay.
And the mutual funds are mutual funds of the six largest asset management companies. So it's PPI, PhilAm, Sun Life, First Metro, PhilEquity. They're all available in the COL platform. You don't have to open 6 different accounts for 6 different mutual funds. Just one will allow you to access all of that. And it's what we call a fund supermarket. So mamimili ka na and we'll advise you which ones are good. And we're just telling you, for those who wants to invest in the stock market, just buy an index fund. And there are 4 of them. You select which one you want. And you will be okay. Because you're betting on the stock market.
Okay. Well, please stay tuned. Magbabalik pa rin po ang Usapang Bayan. Kasama pa rin po si COL Financial President, Mr. Conrado Bate.